All right. Hey, Jake.
Yo!
Hey, man. Hey, so back when I was in Dallas a couple of weeks ago at a wedding, I was catching up with one of my friends, and he was telling me a story that I thought, it's not my own story, but I think it's funny enough to talk about on the podcast. Basically, he was in the hospital room. His grandmother-in-law, his wife's grandma, very close to her, was on her deathbed, like was passing away, and that's why it's hilarious. And no, just kidding. But they like everyone knew it was coming. Like they'd all kind of said their goodbyes, and it was like, okay, she seems like she's peacefully going. And it had been a while. I think, she had been officially passed away, and they said, hey, Casey, I think you need to be the one. Would you mind being the one to go tell the nurses, hey, it's time, passed away.
I guess on one end, good for the nurse for like letting them have their moment.
Yeah.
By the other end, the nurse is just setting one of their family members up.
Right. I don't know the protocols for any of this stuff. But what my friend said, and I don't know what I would have said, but I don't think I would have said this. He just walked out and he's kind of like pointing back to the room. He's like, hey, just letting you know, well, I think we're done here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know what I would have said either, but I don't think I would have made it seem like I was like, I don't know, checking out like a, like of a hotel room.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have another 14 hours on our bill, but we're good.
Hey, we're all set.
We're all set. Hey, just letting you know, no longer needed in there. Yeah.
Hey, I know we had the do not disturb sign up. You can go ahead and disturb. It's fine.
Please. Yeah. Disturb.
Hey, time's up. Buzzer went off.
But yeah. Ding. Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
We're back with another Ghostrunners episode. Brad's got a football in his hands.
Because the Chiefs are still Super Bowl champs.
Yes, they will be for about 51 weeks. And
plus another 52 weeks after that. I'm calling my shot.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
It was so fun. Thank you guys for being so positive, so encouraging, and just so willing to watch our Chiefs parade video. I think it somewhat confirmed what Brad and I knew all along. We said it on last week's podcast. I was like, obviously we're rooting for the Chiefs because we like the Chiefs, but we need the Chiefs to win because we believe in our abilities. We need an opportunity to be able to show people what we can do in this environment. Yeah. And it was great.
It was so much fun. We got to go down there. The Gas Boys came into town with us.
Yes.
And so they, no pun intended, but I'm going to intend it now. They gassed us up.
And they were boys.
They were our boys. Along with, one of my buddies, Todd, came along for the ride. He's like, dude, I just want to just hang out with you. Is that okay?
Shout out Todd.
Absolutely, man.
Todd was great.
Todd was awesome. And then we hired Derek to make it more professional. Yeah. And boy, did he.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think, no offense to the Gas Boys or Todd, but Derek was the MVP of the day because of that rig, brother.
Yeah, he has this like shoulder mount and just the pure size of his camera. It just looks like a news quality camera.
Oh, yeah. It just, so everywhere we went, but in the past when we've done parade videos, it was always like, hey, do you mind if we take a video of you? Maybe. And then like once we kind of got going, they're like, okay, I guess these people are doing stuff. This time it was like people were just lining up.
We have a huge furry handheld mic. And then if you didn't see that, then also just this huge camera. It just looks so legit. Derek's also tall, which I think helps.
Tall guy. Both of them are tall guys. Yeah. Absolutely. So we got there.
So fun.
I think everything about the day, we did it right. We did it.
It wasn't our first parade.
It wasn't our first rodeo. It wasn't our first parade. We got there nice and early, earlier than we needed to probably, but I'd rather it be that way than the other way around.
It's same with the airport too.
Yeah.
Why do people try to cut it close? What worst case scenario, if you do get there 30 minutes early, you still make your flight. You don't get punished for getting there early.
Yeah. What you're sitting at home looking at your phone. Why not sit in the airport and look at your phone?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is funny because I feel like back in the day you didn't used to do that. You used to be a cut it closer. True?
I don't remember. I don't know. Like what era are you talking about?
The Camry era. I'm basing it off of
by car.
Car.
Maybe I was.
Because there was one time you locked your keys in your car at my house. Do you remember this?
Oh gosh, dude.
I think Jake used to be Rachel before Jake is now Jake.
I have seen a lot of transformation happen in my life the last like 5 years, I think. And it really got sped up once I started dating Rachel.
Right.
So it's like, well, it's got to be one of us.
Yeah. Somebody's got to step up here. It's not going to be Rachel.
I've seen Rachel's dad. I think this is on me.
Do you remember locking your keys in your car?
Yes, because I remember friggin' Kara Kirkpatrick was in town too. And it was just, do you remember that girl?
No.
Forget her.
Okay.
Okay. Dude, that was great when you interviewed that fire department guy and he was like, where are you from?
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn. He's like, me too.
Me too.
And then I edited out the part where he's like, no, I'm not from there either, but I'm an actor. So I was like, yeah, that's
he did
awesome.
great. Well, okay. Sorry, we're all over the place here, but that guy, so I made a racist joke or like a racially charged, just
I wouldn't say racist joke.
you're right. A racial joke.
Yeah.
Racial is definitely a better word than racist, huh?
Yeah.
He just said it. Yeah, I'm a whatever.
I'm an
actor on this. I'm a police officer for this thing. I was like, imagine that, a black police officer.
Well, he said, because he's a firefighter in real life, but he's like, but in the show, I play a police officer. Go figure.
Yeah.
And then you said, go figure.
Go figure, a black police officer. And then right after that, he was like kind of chill again. He's like, hey, can I get your phone number? And I was like, are you going to like report me or something, dude? I don't know. I felt so like, did I cross a line there that I didn't mean to cross?
No,
I thought you were super cool.
He was such a great sport.
No, but he was like, well, I'm an actor and I think you would be a really good actor. So I want to get your phone number if you ever want acting opportunities. And I was like,
oh, really?
Okay. You think that's a good acting opportunity right there? My terrible New York accent.
That's funny. I thought he wanted to act in our video. So he's like, hey, get my number. I want to be in a Jean Shorts video.
No, I didn't get his number. He just has my number. So
great.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's fun.
Anyway, you locked your keys to your car.
Yeah. On the way to the airport.
Did you lock your keys in your car and you also had your luggage in your car? Like there was something where it was like, just go to the airport and figure this out later.
Yeah, it must have been. I mean, I think I was just planning on driving to the airport and what I needed was in there.
But I think I was supposed to be driving you to the airport.
Yeah, maybe it was the lug.
Whatever happened, it was just funny.
Either way, I've grown up.
Anyway.
I've grown up and I have an accountant now and I'm wearing nicer clothes.
Nice clothes, yeah. Okay, back to the parade though. We got there early. It was a good time.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, all rendezvoused in the same parking lot, walked up. Pretty cold day, colder than I think a lot of us were planning on it being.
Yeah.
And even while doing the interviews, it's not like, I warmed up. It was like, no, I was cold the whole time.
See, I didn't necessarily warm up, but I didn't notice it during the interviews.
You ran more routes with kids than I did, though. You also did high knees.
More routes, yeah.
You did some calisthenics.
Which no one said, hey, Jake, don't do high knees, all right? That's up to you, okay,
It was up to me. I could have done high knees. I did some
the Brooklyn Borough.
I did some push-ups during the Chiefs game.
Oh,
I was so nervous. I had to just exert some energy. I forgot about that too until just now. Yeah, I did a lot of push-ups during the Chiefs game. Gosh, what a week. We had a cameo request and it expired last night or it was about to expire.
Sorry,
and so I did it myself and I was like, hey, placeholder, I'll see Brad tomorrow. And she DM'd me and she was like, hey, I'm the one who did the cameo. She's like, probably my fault. I chose really poor timing to suggest this right in between Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, Super Bowl parade.
Yeah, it's been a week. Yeah.
I didn't even think of it like that. I was like, well, yeah, you're all right. That's probably why we got behind on this cameo. It's been a lot at once. Because even we were going to record yesterday, which was Thursday, and I had stayed up pretty much all night editing. It had been a very full work day. Brad was kind of coming off some sickness and also put in a full day's work. And we were just like, you want to just chill?
Yeah, you guys think Patrick Mahomes is the MVP? Jake Triplett's the MVP of this Super Bowl parade for sure.
It didn't feel like, well, it's just the difference in working for someone else and working for yourself. You know, it's just like, I'm so proud of this. This is so fun. It didn't, it was a very fun project. And
was it pretty much full the whole time since you got home?
It was, I think I left to go get dinner and intermittently I was like doing laundry. And so I would like take a 15-minute break.
The answer is yes. I mean, technically, I stopped for like 15 minutes to do laundry.
I sneezed, I think 3 times. So like I wasn't working during the day.
But it wasn't like you were like, I watched, a movie with the Oregon boys and then, came back to it.
Yeah, I don't think I really took any breaks longer than like 10, 15 minutes probably.
That's wild, dude.
So it was a lot of work, but it was cool to see compliments too. People were like specifically commenting like the editing on this is awesome. And like any type of compliment that was like this 8 minutes flew by. This did not feel like an 8-minute video. It's like, all right, well, that is the main goal.
Yeah.
Is to edit this in a way where it moves fast and it jumps around and you want to like, I got to rewatch that.
Yeah.
I missed some stuff, I think. So
let's talk about some key moments. Let's think about some of the best ones. What are some of your favorites that you can think of?
I think I learned a lot. It's like, all right, for next time.
Yeah.
If we're able to do this next time, it's like the 2 things you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who's drunk and fun.
Sure.
someone who is African American and fun.
Okay.
I feel like those are the two best things. Like some of the best interactions came from those two things.
Yeah.
Like even just like the guy specifically who was just like, hey, I made these jackets. Oh, cool. What about your headband?
Yeah.
I made this headband. You got kids? Yeah.
Yeah.
You made those too. He's like, ah!
The way he like responded to that noise he made was so funny.
That was great.
And that one, and maybe the drunk guy too, were, I would say, in the second half. Definitely the jean jackets was in the second half of us recording. Maybe the drunk guy too.
Yeah, you just got to play numbers game. You just got to do this long enough until you find like, all right, there we go.
Yeah,
the drunk guy gave us so much.
You mentioned that. You're like, yeah, sometimes we'll interview somebody for 3 minutes and it's like, I don't know if we're going to use any of this. And then it's like, boom, there's 5
There it
seconds.
is.
We can use that.
Which we did talk to these guys who it was definitely our worst interview of the day. And they gave us nothing. They were not that excited. You know, this
They
one
were
guy
from Mizzou. Let's get it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Brad knows exactly what I'm talking about. They said something to me one time. They were like, I was like, who are you most excited to see? And they're like, Nick Bolton, which is like a just linebacker of ours. It's like, he's done everything for the city, man. I mean, like he's done so much for the city. And I was like, can you talk a little more about what Nick Bolton has done for the city and like his tax cuts and some of the things he voted on, the new bill he passed? He's like, whoa, man, I don't want to get into any of that.
I don't want to get into that.
I'm not trying to talk about that. I just think like he did, like he had to scoop and score. I was like, oh, football. Yeah. And anyway, I think that kind of set him off. And it was just like a waste of like 6 minutes. But at the end, there was one good moment and I forgot to put it in the video because, you know, you're editing quick and I trusted my memory too much is what it is, rather than like, okay, I'm not going to scrub through every second of footage. It's like, oh yeah, this, you know, interview sucked. And I still scrubbed through it a little bit. I was like, yep, about what I thought.
Yep. Political guy doesn't want to get political on a joking, you know, interview.
Yeah, I didn't want to like, they just weren't that fun. But I was like, what do you guys do for a living? This one guy said group insurance. That was the other thing. I was trying to make like jokes about the group insurance.
We should probably, do you still have the footage or did you delete it?
No, I definitely have it.
Yeah, we should put it on Patreon or something because like he was like a jerk to us.
Yeah,
if you guys want to see why we don't like the University of Missouri, like check out these guys. Like
I was like, oh, cool. Groupon insurance. He's like, no, man, group insurance.
No, man. I'm like, we're joking. Surely you know we're joking.
And then I was like, we're able to get off work. Do you have to take it off? And he's like, no, they gave us a day off or something like that. And Brad's like, well, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, look at all these big groups.
It's a huge group.
You can sell insurance
for
to this group. He's like, well, the company structure isn't really like that.
He's like, it doesn't work like that, man. I'm like, gosh, I know. I'm not that stupid.
And so they were like, all right, what do you do? And he was like, I do physical therapy. And I was like, oh, Brad does a lot of physical therapy. Tell him what you do, Brad.
I didn't know. I don't know what I was.
Just tell him. Just tell him what you said.
I just said calf raises and Kegels.
And I was dying. I was like, dude, that is so funny. And I was like, that's why you do it. 6 minutes of just a terrible interview. You get this great 4-second clip. And I forgot to put it in the video. But we were like rehashing it later at Chipotle afterwards. I was like, dude, that is so funny. And then we get talking about it. And then we all kind of learn like, wait, I don't know if Brad knows what Kegels are.
Wait, I think I do. I know. We looked it up. I don't think you know what Kegels are.
Or one of us doesn't know what Kegels are. You think this
so it's like males can do Kegels too. And they're like, no. And I was like, yes, I'm pretty sure. So I looked it up. Didn't get conclusive evidence, but I think it's a bisexual, unisexual thing. I'm doing it right now.
Where do you think the third microphone is? We couldn't have a guest on this episode because Brad needed to do his Kegels.
Oh my gosh.
It was so fun. Because even like, I was looking at the Gas Boys and I was like, do you guys know what Kegels are?
Oh, a bunch of guys that aren't married.
And Parker was like, yeah, I mean, I heard it in WAP. And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's where you typically hear it.
That's where you typically hear it in the.
Well, you typically hear it, I feel like, in like a female dominated like
rap song
area.
Yeah.
Whether it be, typically like a raunchy industry.
Really? I don't think I didn't even know that it was in WAP.
Really? I feel like you hear, I don't know, just like weird conversation. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You just hear it in raunchy
Once you
conversations.
Get married, it's not doesn't have to be raunchy anymore though. That's the beauty. It's just marriage, baby.
Okay.
You know, what man intends for terrible, God intended for good.
Kegels.
Hashtag Kegels.
Anyway, that was a great moment from the parade.
Yeah, Jake was dying laughing. I was like, I don't understand why it's so funny about this. I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny, but
yeah, I keep it light. I do calf raises and Kegels.
Oh man, yeah, just people were so fun. At first, it was like we interviewed like 10 kids in a row.
The first kid we interviewed was one of the first kids I put in the video, just because it was a great quick hitter. What's your name? Alex? Great. Move on. But He ate a bag of potatoes. He gave us a lot of good stuff. And
he was cool. He kept it, light, or he was cool under pressure for sure.
Honestly, yeah, he was the first interview of the day. We used him quite a bit.
Yeah.
The bag of potatoes thing. We learned he was missing 6th grade. We quizzed him
Mesopotamia.
on Mesopotamia.
That's right, yeah.
And then at the end, we're like, what? We're going to say Patrick Mahomes on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's a classic Jake Triplet, like Brad Ellis gag right there.
Just say anything but Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
So Alex was great. And then after they saw one kid being interviewed, then we were just like giving kids. Like, here, interview my kid.
Please, yeah.
And so we're like, man, okay.
Okay, here we go.
And so it was a lot of kids, but I think people like that, seeing us being able to like work with kids and have so much fun with kids so easily. And it really is no problem.
Yeah, at first I was like, maybe we should do more adults. And I was like, no, lean into it. All these kids have so much energy. Let's use it. And so at one point there was like 15, I don't know if it was 15, maybe 10. There were all these kids around us. And I was like, what do kids do these days? Every single kid knows how to do the
Everybody gritty.
And so I was like, everybody gritty. And so all these kids just like on command just start grittying. And then the mom's in the background and we're like, mom, gritty, you gritty. And then the mom starts going for it. And it was amazing. So that was a great moment. I'm trying to think of
got multiple moms to gritty.
Hilarious.
You went up and talked to a police officer.
Yeah. That one wasn't that. I was hoping in the past, like, we've always done these like, let's go crazy for the Chiefs on 3, 1, 2, 3, go, whatever. And those are always really fun. When I look back on them, like, I like doing that kind of stuff. And so I thought, I'm going to see if I can get in the middle of the street. It's 2.5 hours before the parade starts. I'm going to get in the middle of the street and just lead a chant and just like do some kind of crazy sprint up and down the street, like as I'm running and yelling and stuff, and just be as crazy as I can. And so I asked the police officer, hey, we're doing a video for YouTube. Is there any way that I can get, on the street and do this? And the guy goes, absolutely not. I said, thank you for saying that. Like,
you have made it
no
clear.
doubt. Yeah, I have no doubt that. And I tried to be complimentary of him of like, thank you for doing this. I know, I understand. No problem. Just figured I'd ask. It's football. I said, it's football, so I'll shoot my shot. He didn't even think it was funny. So no wonder he wasn't letting me in.
Well, I don't really get it. That makes sense if it was like hockey or basketball.
Exactly. That's the joke.
Oh, it's funny because you don't do that in football.
Very good.
Well, I'm on the police officer's side.
Wait, I don't get it. Like, yeah.
That was funny too when we talked to that guy, which is on the not group the real video.
Well, it's not how group insurance works, Jake. You just group insurance me.
No.
Yes.
Well,
you're like, that would have made sense if it was basketball.
I didn't expect you to make that kind of joke to a police officer who you're having like a very normal conversation with. Hey, I figure it's football, so I'd shoot my shot. He probably is a little confused.
He's like,
okay.
Okay.
You did something kind of similar like that in the. So while I was editing the main video, the one on Gene Short's YouTube channel, I also was editing a bonus video. We had another 8 minutes of bonus footage. It's all pretty solid stuff too. Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's a little more unedited, just so you could really see the raw, like, hey, how did this work for 30 seconds straight? What was happening? Right. And so there's another 8 minutes on our Patreon if you want to go check it out. But in one of those, we interviewed that guy, looked like PFT commentator, big neck tattoo, thin, long hair. And he was like, I'm from Chicago. And we're like, that sucks. He's like, hey, get this though. I cheer for the Chiefs.
No, he goes, I hate the Bears.
Yeah. And Brad's like, well, no, because the Bears play in Chicago.
But the Bears are from Chicago.
How could that be?
Yeah. He's like, no, but I live in Kansas City now. I was like, all right, chill. Yeah. He goes, home is where the heart is. And we both were like, Mahomes is where the heart is. Mahomes is where the heart is. Oh, yeah, man. It's just fun when you can get around a lot of people that have good, positive energy that just want to celebrate something. And they're just waiting around. There's nothing to do. And so it's like, let's be goofy around these people.
Get on the news.
Yeah. The part where I was playing football with all those kids, like, so I did 2 passes. I ran 2 different routes.
Both routes were on camera.
Yes. The second one was one where I like kind of put my hand on the kid and like shoved him off to the side. And then they threw like a Hail Mary pass and some kid intercepted it. And I immediately instinctively was like, I'm going to go pick this kid up and like run away with him.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, we haven't asked any parents who are probably watching these kids.
I'm at a summer camp where they've agreed to this.
Yes.
I shouldn't pick them up from behind probably.
Right. And so I literally like went and like kind of grabbed these kids.
I watched the footage. Yeah, you had like his shoulders, kind of his arms.
And then I realized to myself, this is somebody's child. And we are in downtown Kansas City with a random stranger in a camera. I should stop this right now.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, it's like, I wonder if Brad would just do anything. Nope, not anything.
There is a line.
Yes.
I don't know why. That reminded me of I saw this guy sitting on a bench, an older guy, and I was like, ooh, let's go interview him. And thought it might be funny or he might have some good answers. In the end, he was just a sweetheart. Had really cool answers.
Yeah, if you watch back that part, I'm just like, I can't be funny to this guy.
Yeah,
like, this
I
guy's
included
just
it
sweet.
in the Patreon video just because it was interesting. He's just like pretty old, but he was at the first ever game at Arrowhead Stadium. He was at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade when they won like 53 years ago.
Right.
So it was just like everything he told us, we were just like, wow, that's awesome.
The best part was
that's awesome.
You were like sitting on his like little arm of his bench.
On his lap, more or less.
Catherine, we watched that and Catherine goes, I was about to ask, who's the little kid with him? And then I realized that's Jake.
Catherine, I'm in every shot. Who else would it be? It's Brad and I.
I know. But the way you were sitting there looked like you were like, I don't know, just like so close to him. Anyway.
Yeah, he was great.
Good times. Yeah. We'll see if we can figure out, do another time. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's clear. Ball security. Brad lost football. Bumbo. It was so fun. Everyone was so nice. The comments were just unbelievable. I mean, like, it's not like going viral by any means, but it's still like, as of now, like 30,000 people have watched that video. Think about when we did this for the Royals. I mean, maybe like 4,000 people watched it.
I know.
And those are Facebook views.
Even the Chiefs one, like, I think it was like 5,000 or something, wasn't it?
I think like maybe 5,000 on YouTube, 7,000 on Facebook.
Yeah.
Honestly, not bad.
Not bad, but compared to like this one, you know, we had 56,000 on Instagram. I checked earlier today. That's crazy.
50 on Insta, 50 on YouTube, 10 on Facebook as of now. It's just so fun. The people got to see us in that light. Yeah. Like, who cares about like the money or the, you know, whatever recognition? It's just fun. Like, we got to entertain so many people doing this, and it was so fun for us. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's just right in our element. We're just like, yeah. Some people are like, I could never do that. And I'm like, well, we can, and we like it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we need to figure out more ways. I even started brainstorming. Brad and I were talking this morning of like, if we did more of these, where would we go? What would it look like? And could be fun. Rodeo. Oh, Branson. Savannah Bananas game. Oh, just anything quirky. Let us know where you guys think we should go. Yeah, you guys got a cool like county fair, like a small town festival. Yeah, like who's got like the best county fair that's got the most characters in it? You know, that we can come to. We do need to go to the Iowa State Fair this summer because that's where they do that. The calling thing, the pig calling thing, or the husband calling. Yeah. Come on, Jake. Well, pig calling. Yeah, one and the same in Iowa. If the husband's a cop on a TV show on Chicago Med. Anyway, that's fun. Speaking of Iowa, speaking of the girls. This past Wednesday, we did our Ask the Girls segment. It was awesome. You guys have just been so nice to us everywhere. The things my wife never says, Ask the Girls, now the Chiefs parade. You guys are just amazing. People are nice. People are nice so nice. Yeah, we really appreciate it. And we want to be nice to you guys. It would not be very fun if they were mean. You guys are so nice. And this past Wednesday was our biggest Wednesday ever on the podcast. Clap it up, snap it up. So that was fun. Thank you guys for pig it. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the YouTube version. Got a ton of views and even the audio version. So thank you guys. Thanks for supporting our ladies. And we recorded more than we released on Wednesday. Yeah, we got another one ready to go. And I think the second half was even better than the first. I'll say it. Yeah, there might have been some pretty funny stuff in there. Yeah. So that's cool. That's fun too. More ghosty shout outs. Rachel and I are just getting more and more wedding gifts. You guys do not have to do that. So I'm not saying thank you so that more people will do it. Right, in fact, I think Rachel's starting to feel pretty bad. But we can't not say thank you. I mean, because now the only things we have left are like thousands of dollars worth of gifts. Like, I don't want to stop saying thank you now. We have to just keep adding like crazy nice things on there, you know? So yeah, shout out to all the ghosties. Some have just been anonymous. I know off the top of my head, Lindsay Merchant sent a gift. So just shout out ghosties. Thank you guys. Do you got any exciting ones that are like, oh, that's nice? I don't know. I feel like we walked in today. I hadn't been here in a couple of days and there was just more stuff on the counter. So at this point, I don't even know what's like a gift to who's comes from who, because it's so funny. Rachel's family, they're just so supportive. And I guess my family is too, because my mom and Rachel's mom have both already got Rachel wedding gifts. Just like they went ahead and just bought stuff off the registry. Nice. So I don't know what's from ghosties, what's from our moms. Right. But things are coming in. A lot of stuff's coming in. And do we want to talk about, there's so many things to talk about right now. We want to talk more, speaking of things coming in. Things coming in. We got, I mean, it looks like, I don't know. It looks like an Amazon warehouse is right on the other side of this camera because Brad and I, we finally bit the bullet. Is that the word? Yeah. That's 3 words. Chewed on the bullet. Yep. Swallowed the bullet. Yes. Came out the other end. What is it? Oh. New studio. Came out the other end. Hey. Whoa. Several $1,000s worth of equipment. Yeah, we are investing in a new studio, new cameras, new lighting,
New
microphone stands, an
an
additional microphone, new headphones.
Yes.
We haven't bought anything for soundproofing yet, but yeah, a new editing equipment. We have a lot of cool stuff. New monitor, put a 40-inch TV on the back of that.
Yeah, so we can be like, what is that video? Oh, let's watch it real quick, dude.
Oh yeah, and I have this idea. I think we'll do it. Brad is a little more in charge of the aesthetic part of the new studio. I think it's more up his alley. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Kind of in the center of our studio.
Having a printed off picture where we just put this right here. What do you guys think?
Just the thing that says Ghostrunners
with masking tape on it.
Yeah, if you're not watching, you can just imagine between Brad and I putting like something probably this size, but the aspect ratio of like a TV, just a green piece of paper or a green, a framed green screen. Something that looks
green
nice.
Guys.
Because we want to go green.
Yeah.
Got a green thumb. Basically where it could always be changing. It's just basically a modular set in a way where it could say Ghostrunners if we're in here, starting an episode. It could say jean shorts. It could say whatever we want. It could say the name of the segment. If we're reacting to a video, the video could be played there. Mm-hmm. It's kind of some idea I came up with, and I haven't seen anyone do it, which makes me think I'm not thinking of something. And there's something that like other people have tried and failed at, but I'm like, I think I like this. So let us know your thoughts. How can we use this? Is there something I'm missing?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
So anyway, a lot of stuff moving and shaking right now.
Good, fun stuff, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So
I played some football this past week, which is so fun. We Gunner got a big crew of us. There ended up being like 20 of us.
Yeah, Gunner always just figures out how to find everybody for this thing.
People just kept showing up. We kept having like redraft teams. Like, okay, we'll do 3 teams now. Okay, we'll do 4 teams now. Trey showed up.
Yeah.
I was one of the captains. Picked Trey first.
I heard on Correct Opinion.
We lost every game.
Doesn't surprise me.
I should have redrafted. I thought Instagram following would be taken into the point system.
Yeah. What is clout? Yeah. Do we get a few extra yards for clout?
And anyway, it was super fun. This one guy showed up and they were like, hey, is that the FedEx guy? And I was like, oh, what do you guys call him, the FedEx guy? And they were like, well, last time we played, he just saw us playing. He was driving a FedEx truck and just stopped and played with us. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Was it the actual guy?
So it was him. So really? He was there again. I guess he got an invite this time. But last time he showed up just straight off the truck.
He's now in the group, though.
Yeah, he's in the crew.
That's awesome.
He was also on our team. Once again, great for morale. Did put up a lot of points.
You guys had the most fun, though, out of any team.
We did have a lot of fun. We had a good time. And, other teammate, he's a ghostie, so I feel like I got to shout out. Shout out Link.
Oh, Link.
You met Link, right? Yeah, he's a man. I love Link.
No wonder you guys aren't winning anything. I'm just kidding, Link. I love you, man.
Yeah, Link's the man. He's a ghostie. Well, actually, he said, he's like, dude, Link. I haven't been listening as much recently because I've been trying to go through the Bible in a year. And I was like, dude, come on. Figure it out.
You're telling me you don't have any more time in your day?
Listen to the podcast, please. Why did I bring this up? Oh, this is kind of fun. I thought it was serendipitous. I thought about it more. I don't think this is a definition of serendipity. It's just a fun coincidence.
It's fun to just say serendipitous, even though it's not always accurate.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is so serendipitous.
I try to be really particular. Like, I don't want to use irony wrong. I don't want to use serendipity wrong. So I think this is, once again, just a coincidence. But when I go to Chipotle for 6 months now, ever since I've been a no sugar boy, I've discovered the Izzy, IZZE, quite a bit of natural sugar, but no added sugar. Tastes amazing. I get a grapefruit Izzy. It's like a glass bottle, but with a twist off top. 6 months worth of Chipotle. Never had any trouble getting this off.
A twist off similar to a bottle, like a beer bottle that has a twist off. Correct?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
I've never twisted off a beer bottle, so I truly don't know.
But like
a glass bottle,
not one of those kind of like multiple rings on it.
Okay, point of clarification. Yes, it does have some ridges and some rings. It screws off that way.
Okay.
Anyway, I've never had any trouble, and I'm trying to be really efficient. I got Chipotle. I got 30 minutes before I'm supposed to be playing. I'm going to eat Chipotle on the way there, and I'm eating. I'm starting to get a little thirsty. Open up the bottle. Can't get it. Never had trouble. Always an easy screw off. Can't get it. Gosh, I'm getting so thirsty, and I need to be hydrated. I'm about to play football for 3 hours. I need this.
If only there was some other way to hydrate me.
I'm looking around, and I'm trying to use my shirt. I'm trying to use I'm opening up the glove box while I'm driving, while I'm eating a burrito.
You're driving.
And I have I'm getting Quick Trip napkins, and I can't get that. And then I look over to my right, and for the first time ever in my life, I can't get this glass bottle open. And also for the first time ever in my life, I happen to be driving in my car with wide receiver gloves meant for gripping things.
Dude, I think that is serendipitous. This is serendipitous. I'm going to say it one more time. This is serendipitous. If this isn't serendipitous, I don't know what serendipitous is, dude.
It was awesome. I thought serendipity, granted, I haven't looked it up. I've just been going off my own brain. I thought serendipity was like, oh, I missed my flight, but that was like the 9/11 flight. It's something that starts off bad, like I missed my exit, but turns out I wasn't going there anyway.
The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way.
Oh, dude, I'm wrong.
That seems like pretty broad. This is serendipitous.
So it sounds like, that definition makes it seem like it's a coincidence that yields something very happy. Then it's serendipitous.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy or beneficial. So it's always a positive serendipity.
So as long as the outcome's happy, it's serendipity.
The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way.
Cool. I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
By chance. It's like, I mean, what are the odds that I have these?
What are the chance?
Yeah. So you put those, you put both of them on?
So no, I just needed the one, just needed the left.
I like the idea of you having them both on just so you don't like drop your burrito.
And just my driving gloves. Yeah. Good to have a good grip on the wheel. And so, yeah, I was in the car by myself and I was like, this is crazy. This is awesome.
This is serendipitous.
I've never not been able to unscrew this. And the one time I have just grippy gloves in my car. I mean, there's nothing better than when you can't get a bottle open to probably have wide receiver gloves.
And how
at your disposal.
How well did they work?
Oh, I snapped that thing off of there. Boom. Snap. I tried to screw it on as tight as possible again, just so I could snap it off hard again. Oh, it was awesome. Fun. So just a great little joy of the week was having those gloves in my car.
That visual of Jake just driving. First of all, the visual of Jake struggling while driving, and you had your burrito in your hand. Yeah. Where did you put the burrito in the glove or the cup holder?
I figured out a way. Honestly, you can kind of like I tilt my legs up a little bit and create kind of a saddle where I put the burrito in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you sit the burrito up straight. It's got a good enough base. Use the tin foil.
Yes.
Yeah. I've done this a handful of times.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you look over and there it is.
There they are.
It's time.
I'm like, man, I can't believe it took me this long to think of it. So that was fun.
Did your receiver gloves work better to catch footballs that day or to open up bottles?
I think I dropped one pass. So if percentage wise, I was 100% with bottle opening. I was not 100% on catching footballs.
Man, that's great.
Oh, it was so fun though. The bottle opening and the football.
I just get so pumped anytime it's like, man, I got to figure out a way to do this. And you look around and it's like, how can I, what is at my disposal? Like basically MacGyvering that situation. Yeah. Like I love being able to like, there's something about like, I don't know if it's a man thing or it's just a human thing of just whenever you don't have exactly what you need, but you get it done anyway. Like there's just something so victorious about that feeling.
Yeah.
Of like, I couldn't do this, but now I can because of this random thing I have.
I know. I wish I could think of more specific examples because it doesn't really happen that often. And that's what makes it so fun. Yeah. It's like, this is a very specific moment in my life where I needed something specific and I got it.
Well, yeah,
it happened.
It's always like for me, I have that like toolbox in the back of my, like in my bed of my truck. And there's just so many random things in there. And so often I'm like, I have this issue. I don't think I have anything in there for it, but let me look. And then I can't think of specific times either, but it's like, there's something in there that helped me. There's a piece of carpet. I don't know why that's in there, but I'm
stuck in the mud. That's exactly what I need to get out of the mud.
Something about it, man. So that's amazing. I love that. Great. Well, yeah, that was Saturday that you went and played football. My Saturday was a Dadder Saturday. And I took just the older two kids. I learned my lesson, trying to take all three kids out last week. Not that I can't, but I'm like, okay, I need to be a little bit more careful with this. So the older kids, Hattie and Bo and I went to Chick-fil-A and it was great. I actually told Drew, our friend who owns the Chick-fil-A, I saw him that day. And I told him about the whole, like, Bo refused to go to Culver's. He only wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, hoping that Drew as like a dad would be like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. And he was just like, that a boy, Bo. And so he was so pumped about that. But then after Chick-fil-A, we went and watched Upward Basketball at my church because our church is right across the street from the Chick-fil-A. And so, and Bo had never really been to a basketball game before. That's not true. He went with us last year, but like, it feels like this time he was like into it. Like he was like very excited. Every time they scored, he wanted to clap. He wanted to cheer.
Cool.
He was very into it, and I look over and I like, Hattie's doing this thing these days where like, she'll just shrug and it kills me. Like I'll be like, are you having fun? And she'll just look at me and just go. And I'm like, you need to say either yes or no. Do not shrug like that. That is bothersome to me. It seems kind of, I try to teach her. I'm like, it seems kind of disrespectful to shrug. And she's just like, I don't know. But anyway, one time throughout the day, and I was trying to figure out if Bo was enjoying it besides clapping. He wasn't really doing that much. And then one time it was just, this probably could be my win of the week on Wednesdays, but I'm saying it right now. He kind of stood up on his chair next to me and he whispered in my ear. He's like, I need to tell you something. He's like, I love this day and thank you very much for bringing me into this basketball game. And I was like, you're welcome, man. So he's at this great phase right now where he just will literally say, I love it or I like it. He'll just very explicitly just be like he'll take a bite of this new chicken recipe that Catherine makes and he'll just go, I like it. And so I just love that he was just it's just why don't we do that more often as humans? As adults,
I like this.
You know what? I like this. This is great. You kind of did that at the Super Bowl. You're like, guys, how great is this? It's we need to
stop and smell the roses.
Yeah. Bo is smelling those roses, baby.
Yeah, he is.
Dad, I just want to tell you, I love this day. Thank you for bringing me this basketball game.
That's fun.
You're welcome, buddy.
Is he kind of a little bug for basketball now?
Yes and no. I mean, he's always been, at least maybe it's my own Bo's colored glasses, but I feel like he's always been into sports, but I don't know if he's shooting more hoops in his room or anything like that.
Yeah, he's got a little tight skull, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Good.
He's left-handed still, which is awesome. So
great.
He's got a nice little left-handed shot, but no, he's really into pirates right now, actually, randomly. So
cool.
That's kind of his latest kick is he just runs around.
Somalian?
I don't know if he's specifically picked out a nationality yet for him.
Caribbean?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's from Peter Pan. Where is he from? Neverlandian?
Pirate. Napster,
yeah, piracy. He loves watching we watch, DVDs that are pretty old and it comes up on the screen do not copy this. And he always gets so excited to copy it. He's like, Dad, these are my people. No, but anything that he can use as a sword these days, he's just running around kind of swinging at people every once in a while. And it's like, Bo, you're going to hurt somebody.
I was in your living room a few weeks ago and he had something very long. I mean, it was 3 or 4 feet long.
Oh, it was
in his hands.
It was a meter stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does wield that thing around. So anyway, fun times with them. Just going to Dadder Days and basketball and hearing him say that was just such a sweet. I was like, okay, this is way better than Culver's last week, buddy.
Yeah, I bet. That's fun.
Yeah. So there's always redemption, in those crazy times with kids.
That is, that's great. When you were talking about basketball and playing sports, it reminded me, Rachel has this story of basically when she was playing college volleyball, I think it was one of the
D1, right?
1D,
yeah.
1 division.
Yeah.
One division under all, Northern Iowa. Let's go Panthers. Basically, I think it started with a coach. And then I was asking Rachel, I was like, how did, remind me how the story went. And I think it was actually a player that was in charge of hey, you're the senior. So this year you're going to when we're in the huddle, you're going to break it down for us.
Ooh, I loved being the one to break it down. Did you love it in high school?
I think I felt too much pressure, not enough reward.
Oh yeah. If you messed it up, our coach, sorry, I know you're in a story here. Our coach, there was a few times where somebody messed it up and we all laughed at him. And then we had to do more practice. Our coach was so hardcore, dude. It was, he messed it up too bad. And he's like, everyone on the line, we're running some more. So anyway,
gosh.
So maybe there is some fear there.
So I get it a little bit. Yeah. It's a lot of pressure here. Just stick to what you know. So basically, I think it started with maybe their coach always breaking it down on let's do this Panthers, which Rachel says all the time now as a joke, just because it's so wordy. It's just kind of funny.
Panthers.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, let's do this Panthers.
Let's do this Panthers. Yeah, 5 syllables instead of Chiefs, Super Bowl.
1, 2, 3, win.
Champs. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, let's do this Panthers. So that's been an inside joke with Rachel and I for just a long time. When I was in charge of our volleyball league, I made our team name Let's Do This Panthers, which is funny. They're like, we show up to Ivy Arena. Okay, court 4, are you guys Let's Do This Panthers?
Yeah, not are you guys the Panthers? Are you guys Let's Do This Panthers?
And anyway, we got talking about it recently. And so I was like, Rachel, remind me that story. How did it go? And yeah, I think it was the coach did that. And then the coach, I think, assigned it to one of the seniors. Hey, I want you to start breaking it down now. And I guess the senior, for some reason, thought that she had to do a new one every time. And so it would just get so wordy and just so awful. Because if the base is Let's Do This Panthers,
right?
I mean, where do you go from there? And so this girl would struggle and she just couldn't
Hey, bring it in. Hey, come on. Hey, on three. 1, 2, 3. Hey, or wait, on three. Let's have a day and let's win this thing for our grandmas. Panthers, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, gather. Hey,
come on.
Hey, oh, hey, 1, 2, 3, rolling down 3. So let's side out here. Get a quick push at the end here.
Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's remember how we get here, Panthers. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's remember how we get here, Panthers. Remember our parents. Remember our parents in the stands, Panthers. 1, 2, 3. Remember our parents in the stands, Panthers.
Parents in the stands.
Remember our parents in the stands.
Hey guys, hey, on me.
Hey,
1, 2, 3. Bump set, spike it, and then we side out, and then let's take this 5 sets.
Panthers.
Hey, 1, 2, 3. Panthers turn.
Hey, we leave it all out there on the line for our sisters, right? So let's say it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's leave it all out on the line for our sisters, Panthers. Okay? Panthers.
Leave it on the line for our sisters.
Sisterhood.
Confuses herself. Hey, 1, 2, 3 on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Crap.
Hey, 4 on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
That's
like
fun.
that. That's
Yeah.
kind of fun. That's
Hey, 1, 2, 3. Fourth quarter.
yeah.
Maybe a scenario where this is a girl. They assigned a freshman to do it.
Okay.
And the freshman got a nice scholarship, but it's not getting much playing time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I guess they call it full ride because I always ride the bitch. Let's go Panthers.
They are D1 college, but they, still have to do a lot of the stuff themselves. So, okay, on 3, separates lights and darks in our laundry. But when we're done with the game, okay, Panthers. 1, 2, 3, separates lights and darks with the colors. We're done with the game.
Panthers.
Believe, achieve, dream. Tackle the dream, Panthers. 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Believe, achieve, dream. Panthers. That's so funny.
Go get them.
Let's do this, Panthers.
1, 2, 3. Let's do this, Panthers.
The other team, it's always one syllable, or at most 2. Oh no!
Need a new studio. Okay. All right. We're not gonna stop recording, but one of the legs did fall off.
This isn't our first time this has happened. First time in live recording.
I'm gonna try to stay with my mouth near the microphone while also kicking you the leg of it.
Okay. Oh boy, we got a cord. I got it. We got it.
All right. Watch the cord.
Lift her up. Oh,
hold on. The cord is wrapped around the leg.
The cord is coming from inside the leg.
The cord is coming from inside the house. Okay. Do I need to lift up?
I don't know, baby. Can you see?
I can't see anything.
I think we're good. Let's go. Let's do this, Panthers.
That's not going anywhere. I got the leg back in the stable, Panthers. Here we go.
Oh, man. It has been quite the week, Jacob. Can we talk about our call with Horse Girl's dad?
Ooh, yes.
That's what he kept referring to himself as.
Yeah, that's crazy. We haven't recorded since then.
No, dude.
That was last Friday.
It's been busy.
Dude, yeah. That call, which I'll go ahead and say, the most valuable meeting of our lives, the most valuable 2 hours of my life, then the Chiefs Super Bowl, then Valentine's Day, then the parade.
Was that before the Super Bowl?
It was the Friday before the Super Bowl.
I can't keep it all straight. Yeah, you're right. Of course it wasn't this week. Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome. So
talk about it.
Yeah. Horse Girl, Anna Buffini. I've talked about her on the podcast kind of recently. She was coming
asked
to
her some questions. A
couple of questions for you. And I saw that her and her brother were coming to Kansas City, and Rachel and I took them to church and had fun. She gave me golden grams. There's your recap. Like if you're watching a show and it's like, hey, skip recap.
Yes.
You didn't skip it. You heard it. So while we were at church together, she was asking, how are things going? And I told her that Brad and I just got done, or we're about to do this retreat. We're going to stay in a little bunkhouse together and figure out,
leave some pizza in the garage.
We're going to really try to be strategic and be thoughtful about where we want to grow this thing. And, we are entrepreneurs now. We're trying to figure this out. And so she was like, you know what? I want to set you up with a meeting with my dad. He is, he's in business and he does a lot of business coaching. And so I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Never heard of him, never knew anything about him. Turns out, maybe I should have known who this guy was. He has one of the biggest business podcasts in the world. I think has the biggest business coaching podcast, the biggest business coaching business in America. And anyway, we got a meeting with him and I was like, all right, we'll take whatever we can get, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, we had no expectations of what was going to happen.
Brian stayed on this Zoom call with us for an hour and 50 minutes.
Yes.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. He just motivated us in different ways, encouraged us. He was like, first of all, he's Irish. And so
How do you start the Zoom call?
top of the morning, lads.
It was awesome.
I mean, one of those two things would have bumped us up right there. Call us lads or say top of the morning.
He used lads so many times too. It was awesome.
The funny thing was I joked with Jake. I was like, one of us has to say top of the morning to him.
Yeah.
You know, because I listened to an interview of him one time and I didn't feel like he was super Irish sounding. And so I was like maybe he's just more American because he's been here so long or something. But no, he was plenty Irish.
He's still bleeding Irish.
Bleeding. He kept using the word bleeding. I loved it. Yeah, but he was so great.
Rachel Coop is calling me.
Oh, great.
Should I answer real quick?
Sure.
We'll do it through the computer audio. That'd be perfect. Hey, Rachel Coop. That's my girl.
That's her.
That was nice to hear from her.
Did you have do you have a nickname for her again today?
What did I say this morning? Oh, I think I said morning churro.
Churro.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
That quick side tangent on the names really quickly. We were walking back from, I think, watching the Super Bowl at your house, or maybe movie night, Saturday night. One of those times.
Yeah.
I think it was movie night because Rachel had her big blanket turned into a hoodie on.
Uh-huh.
I had just a blanket. And so we were like walking back and we were looking at our shadows. And Rachel said, she was like, we kind of look like Eskimos. She's like, what is it they call like Eskimo children? Isn't it babushka? And I was like, I don't think so.
That's just Russian children, I think.
I was like, I don't know what they call them. I don't think it's babushka. She's like, no, I think like little babushka. And so we're kind of laughing at it. And
a Russian woman. Sorry.
Yeah, we looked it up later. It's like a Russian grandma is what it is. So I go, okay. And then this is kind of fun. Serendipitous, perhaps. The very next day, Rachel's at a coffee shop getting some work done before the Super Bowl. And she said, she was kind of sitting next to these people and they were like, the grandma spoke a different language than the son the whole time they were kind of talking. Mom was kind of, translating. And then when the mom was kind of saying goodbye, she was like, all right, say bye. And he said, bye, babushka.
Fun.
Crazy. The very next day.
Do you want to go ahead and declare right now that Rachel's grandmother name will be Babushka? Right now?
Whenever she...
For 50 years from now or
gets to that point, she will be babushk.
The boosh.
So that's been Rachel's big word for me now, is calling me like booshk or baboosh.
Baboosh.
Or anything like that. See you, babushka.
What's the male version of babushka?
I don't know. I'm going to call Rachel back. Oh, she says she wants to get some food for you, Brad. So this is...
Dadushka. Seriously.
Dude. Is that where dude comes from?
No, Ddushka.
Oh, Dadushka.
Yeah, probably. The dudes.
I'm going to call Rachel back.
Okay.
She wants to get some food for you.
Just me, huh?
Cool. That's not working.
That's what it was like for Ghost Stories.
That's right. It was.
Hello.
Hey, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Brad and I are currently recording the Ghostrunners podcast.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
You can hang up on me.
No. I'm not going to.
Okay.
Are you still at Nectar?
Yes, I just got here.
Fun. Brad, do you want anything?
Oh, yeah. Just like whatever the normal bowl is. What's like the main, the top one?
Banana berry bowl?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Also, Rachel, real quick, what is a Russian grandma called?
Oh, babushka, I think.
That is correct.
I thought that was an Eskimo kid.
Good. That doesn't mean baby.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, but thank you in advance for the nectar. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Have fun recording.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Rachel.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you, Bush.
Bye.
Cool.
Baby Eskimo. There's no baby Eskimo names.
They don't got no words for him.
Eskimos are pretty interesting. And I don't know that much about them. Brian Buffini.
We should do a Chiefs parade video with Eskimos.
Okay. Eskimo. Surely they have a huge thing.
They have to have events.
They have a huge population of people that would love to meet us.
Anyway, yeah, Brian Buffini. He was great. I think he highlighted a lot of things that Brad and I weren't necessarily seeing or looking at. He also, I feel like a lot of things he encouraged us to do, I feel like Brad and I were already doing a decent job of, but it was good to know like, hey, keep leaning into this. And
yeah, he was exactly. He was very kind and like, took some of the burden that we had about certain things off our plate, but also was just like, you guys have the potential to be really great at this if you put the right effort into it. And we were buzzing, baby.
Yeah, we were
buzzing.
Yeah. I think I took my sweatshirt off and I waved it around my head and I threw it off. I was so fired up. It's just great. A couple things I'll say just off my memory. What was so fun and just like what left such an impact on me was at the end.
Was it fun or was it bleeding fun?
It was bleeding fun.
It was so bleeding fun, lads.
Yeah, we learned that. I guess Irish people use bleeding like you would like freaking or stinking.
Bloody.
Anyway, we were talking about different concerns we had or whatnot. And so just to, I guess, pull back the curtain a little bit.
Pull back the bleeding curtain.
The bleeding curtain.
Yeah.
Hopefully Brad's okay with me saying this, but we actually as of now, we make more money off of Ghostrunners than we do jean shorts.
Whoa, cut that out. Cut that out. Hey. I'm just kidding.
Even without, I mean, this is even like, okay, jean shorts is ours now. We don't have to split this money with anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we pay people to like do stuff for us, but even then we were making more money on Ghostrunners, but we're spending more time doing jean short stuff. And we were kind of talking to him about that. And he was like, why do you think that is? It's like, well, we bought it from, Trey, and we kind of owe him money. So we feel like we can't just stop working for jean shorts. And one of the most encouraging things he said was like, I believe in you guys. You guys are going to make it. Like you guys are going to be successful. And that like, blank amount, that bleeding amount that you're worried about right now, that's nothing.
It's bleeding nothing. It's bleeding nil. All right.
That's good. You got that down. That was so cool to hear. Not only that he believes in us and he thinks that we're going to like do a good job with this, but he's like, hey, don't sweat this. And I know it's not small stuff right now. And he was very self-aware, which I loved about him. He's last thing you want is a millionaire to tell you that amount's nothing. But I'm telling you, like, that is like, that's nothing. If you do this the right way, then.
Yeah. He was very encouraging. He also was like, this is the good old days.
Oh, that was the best.
This is the good old days.
That like impacted me on more of an emotional level than anything.
Yeah. He
was like, I kind of be 100% honest with you. I am jealous of you guys. I am envious of you guys because you were in the good old days. I don't know if you realize it or not, but right now you're worried about this amount of money. You're worried about this. You're thinking about it. Like you were in the good old days. And he's like, right now, he's like, that amount you're worried about, we spent that on coffee.
And I was like, I know a good coffee company that you could support. Nebby, Indiana.
So it was so cool that for him to say that, just like cherish this and embrace this like moment of time that we're in. Yeah,
man, he was fun. He was a good dude, and it was fun to talk to him. And he was funny. He was like very entertaining. Like I think we laughed heartily. We laughed more than he did.
Yeah, we did. We did laugh a lot. He was very funny.
Yeah, the whole thing, and I was very impressed by him. Not that I wasn't expecting to be, but it was just a very fun conversation.
He's the man.
With Bleeding Brian.
It was so fun. And I just got so fired up. And so hopefully we're going to, try to still do everything we want to do, but spend even more time with Ghostrunners, even more time building this community. That was my big takeaway. I think Brad and I, we were fired up. We drove to Chick-fil-A afterwards. And I was like, I don't think we'll ever be the funniest comedians out there. I don't know if I'll ever have the biggest podcast, but what if we strive to be like, we have the best podcast community? That feels attainable. We could truly the best podcast community in the world. Let's build it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're not, I was going to say we're on track for that. I don't know if it's you and me, but I think the Ghostrunners community is the way that we become on track for that. And I think we are such a great community, and it's not because of you and I alone. It's because of everyone. And it's so fun. So, it was encouraging because it was like some of the things he was saying, I was like, I think we're already doing that.
Yeah, this is cool. I think
like
we do this.
We do care a lot about our community and like, cultivating that. It's like, let's keep doing that more. Mm-hmm. So,
gosh, it was awesome. Just so much potential.
So much bleeding potential.
Man, it was fun.
Man, it was bleeding fun. I'm going to keep doing it. One thing, like super like funny inside joke that he like randomly, inside joke he had about us was that in our Zoom call, I was sitting on the left, Jake was sitting on the right, and our hair was swooped in two different directions. And he kept like referring back to that. He's like, you could sell t-shirts with you guys with your head in different directions. It'd be bleeding hilarious. And I got my hair cut this past week with Bo, and the guy that cut it to where I have to now swoop it the other way. So we can't make those t-shirts.
So Anna, tell your dad.
And I can't ever change it back.
The good old days are over. Brad's hair is going a different direction now.
Yeah, I remember when Brad was swooping the other way. And I don't know why. Like, I think most people swoop it left to right. If you're a swooper, do it with me. Are you left to right? Because I'm right to left, and I think it's just because I'm left-handed. I don't know what it was. So
I don't know either.
Anyway, but now it's over.
It's bleeding over.
It's bleeding over.
Gosh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good accent.
Thanks,
I saw an article this week that caught my eye, and it was a Harvard psychologist. They asked him about toxic relationships
Okay.
And he said, if you use any of these 8 phrases, your relationship could be toxic. And so I clicked on it. I was like, okay, this could be interesting. From Harvard. Maybe
Right.
some of these are kind of in between. Like, hey, are Rachel and I close to any of this?
Right. Yeah. Like which one of us says this? You know, like-
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I really thought we would be anywhere close, but I was just still like, I don't know. It's relationships. It's
So
intriguing.
If you use any of these 8 phrases, you could be
Your relationship could be toxic.
right. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Number 1. I hate you.
I hate you.
It just says I hate you.
Okay.
This is why I'm talking about this, because I was expecting to really learn something from this Harvard psychologist.
Like, yeah, just mind blowing like research that I've gotten from one of the top universities in America. Just FYI,
What I've learned,
if your spouse tells you that they hate you,
your relationship could be in trouble.
might not be the best.
Not is in trouble, but could be.
Could be.
Another one. Number 2, you're pathetic.
Gosh.
I clicked on this and I was like, this is so fun. I'm so glad I clicked on this. This is so funny.
Pathetic might be like the most degrading word in the English dictionary. to me.
Yeah.
Like you're pathetic.
You're pathetic.
Pathetic just makes, if my wife said, Brad, you're pathetic,
Oh.
I don't know what I would feel.
I would hope your relationship is in trouble.
Yeah.
I hope you're not deluding
That's
yourself to
toxic.
think it's going well.
So these are like mind blowing. Like is somebody out there really reading this being like, you know what?
I've said that.
I didn't realize it before, but maybe.
Well, maybe the text below can help. So it says, you're pathetic. Name calling simplifies a person into one negative attribute instead of several negative attributes. No, instead of appreciating the complexity of who they are.
Is it pathetic really a name or is it just a
It's
adjective?
an adjective for
Like, hey, you're pathetic, Patrick. Like my name's Brad.
That's name calling.
I'm calling you a name. Right? Doesn't that seems more like a name calling. You're pathetic, Peter.
It gives you some things instead of what to say instead. So instead of saying I hate you,
I love you.
say it's hard for me to be around you right now. Take a minute to calm down. Calm down.
Oh,
A Harvard psychologist is like, just say calm down.
they're saying take a minute to calm down, or are they just saying, hey, you take a minute, you go take a minute to calm down and then say something?
Oh, sorry. The quotes did end. Dang it. I
Okay.
actually didn't catch that. My computer's doing this weird thing. This article is like in dark mode and I just basically can't see the words. It's like the background is dark and the words are gray. So it's a little hard to read.
Highlight that thing, dude.
When I highlight it, then, well, whatever. It's stupid article.
Mhm.
Okay. Next, dude, I'm not making any of this up. Next, phrase that might be getting you in trouble.
Might.
You're a bad parent.
Okay. That'll cut you.
Next one. You're being crazy.
Ooh.
Relationship might be in trouble. Here's another one. Just last one I'll mention. You don't deserve me.
Oh wow.
Jeez, dude.
That is the opposite of the truth in every relationship.
If you need this article to let you know you're not speaking lovingly, then your relationship has been over for a long time. And you're going to need more than this article. You're going to need some therapy.
Gosh. Happy Valentine's Day.
How do you
Am I
think
right?
your relationship is, Brad? Do you need therapy?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I
Okay.
think, I think Catherine, what did I say to her the other night? Like, cause she was jokingly messing with me. I think I said something like, I don't want to talk to you right now or something like that. Like, I'm not going to look at you right now or something like that. But we were laughing about it. It was not like anything. I was like, get out of here right now. Like I want to push you off this bed right now, like something like that. But like, it was because she was making, I've been weirdly, randomly, like not sick, but like having these weird discomforting, kind of like what you were describing, like these like stomach cramp things
The crampies.
the past like 4-5 days now. And it's very bothersome to me. And so I said something. And of course, Catherine, day 3 is, she's not nearly as sympathetic as she was day 1. And so she's like messing with me. She's like, oh, really? Do you need something for that? Or, whatever. I was like, I don't want, get out of here right now.
I think I was telling you this off the podcast, but I was doing that recently with Rachel a couple nights ago. She was just like, she was kind of like making fun of me and being really funny while doing it. And I was trying not to laugh at her to give her like the validation. And so I was just like joking with her. I was like, hey, I'm the comedian.
You're right.
I do the jokes.
Listen to me. Yeah.
Stop trying to be funny. I do the jokes. You do counseling and substitute teaching and nannying and wedding planning and all. And I do the jokes.
But,
Okay,
like, I
leave the
write
jokes for me.
jokes.
You can't do it all.
Okay, so what if she were going to counsel me? Like, imagine you have probably gleaned some knowledge.
Bleeding gleaned.
I've been gleaning some, whatever. if let me just think of a few other phrases that Catherine and I do say seriously.
Let me try and get into counselor mode, and I can help you out.
Like if I walk in the door one day and Catherine says, "Oh, great. Tubbo Dad's home."
I'm trying to think through
I cry a little bit. And I go downstairs. Is that healthy, or is that just like, does every wife do that?
I'm going to put you in the category of your relationship might be in trouble.
Might be tough.
That's worth another conversation.
Okay.
Hey, Tubbo Dad.
And then at dinner time, she gives me some chicken and she says, "I didn't give you any garlic bread for obvious reasons," and looks at my stomach.
Sorry, I'm not a full-time counselor, so sometimes I get tickled.
Yeah.
That's my bad. That may not be that bad. That you might be reading into things. Yeah, that seems
she
fine.
She cares about me.
Yeah, that's a carbohydrate.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, she knew that I was macro, tracking, and I've already had my carbs for the day.
Yeah, that seems fine to me.
Okay, so then when she literally shoves the dishes in my face, the dirty dishes, and says, "Go put those in the kitchen. I'm sure you know where everything belongs in there because you're in there all the time."
Is that end quote?
So do it and don't have any cookies afterwards, like I know you always do.
That one, your relationship could be in trouble. Well, how did she say the cookies line?
She really emphasized the C and the K. Cookies. You don't have any cookie. She's like, "I know where you keep them, in the back of the pantry. I've heard you late at night with your shirt off eating them."
Did she say how she knew your shirt was off while you were eating them? Did she go into that?
My shirt's always off at home. I was kidding.
I would say the way she pronounced cookie, your relationship is probably in trouble. But you might just want to get, easy solution. Get another guy your size and bring him into the home.
Yeah.
And kind of have him around your kids and have him around your wife and see how she treats him. And then you can easily compare and contrast.
Okay. I'll make sure that he's like a lawyer or like a doctor or something, though.
I think that'd be great.
A little more successful than me.
It can be.
Making more money on his podcast and his YouTube channel,
Embarrassing.
Okay, just last one. I wake up, I turn over to her. We make eye contact. I say, "Good morning." She says, "Good morning, lard sack."
Okay. Is that, how often does that happen?
Every freaking day.
Okay.
Except for the days where I get up before her and she'll text me and say, "You forgot to lock the door on your way out, Tubbo."
Okay. This is interesting. I've not had a client deal with this specifically. Does lard sack come from, is it?
She grew up on the country and she's comparing me to a heifer.
Got it.
Who they often will revere for their lard sacks. They're large lard sacks. They're extra large lard sacks.
This is tricky because it's like, oh, well, you grew up revering the lard.
Exactly.
I'm a sack of it.
Is
that good?
Is that okay to have that lard sack?
I might have to go to my boss on this. I'm going to get back to you. I'll shoot you an email.
I thought there was like confidentiality within these things.
Well, he's also a lard sack.
Okay. He himself is a self-identifying LS.
From what I could tell, I think your wife would have some names for him. So I've got to get him in on this.
Okay.
It's got to be Zoom. He can't really get out of bed.
Yeah. He's a grandpa. He's got a Grandpa Joe kind of situation.
I just slowly turn on you. Yeah. He's about your size. He can't really move or speak.
You understand what it feels like, right? Like when your ankles just like pop all the time.
Oh, fun bit. Oh,
was that a bit? Oh.
Sorry. I was on the phone with Rachel. She called back.
Oh, okay. Oh, goodness.
Good times,
guys. Okay, let's see what else I have written down. This is kind of a random thing. I never truly thought it was going to happen, but Bo has started to have the same action as me. Like I put my hand on my hip a lot, and now Bo just walks around with his hand on his hip.
I've noticed that. It's unique. It's interesting.
It's hilarious. And at first I was like, that's pretty funny. And then I got home the other day and I had my hand on my hip, and Catherine's like, that's where he's getting it from. And I had no idea that my son would actually do stuff like that.
He's mimicking.
Yeah. And he doesn't do, he does the closed fist on the hip. So he looks a little bit different, but yeah, that's definitely where, but he like, I never like walk around with one hand on my hip. He's like literally walking around, just one hand on his hip, just like sauntering through the house.
He was like walking in Rachel's yard in his snow, in the snow and in his snow outfit, just with like a hand on the hip. It looks so funny.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from or whatever, but it's so cute. And he's so fun. And even though he's like in this phase where he's definitely getting to the tantrum phase of life, he's still just so cute when he's cute, man. I mean, he's something else.
Child mimicking reminds me, I just read something this morning on Reddit, and this one family, I think they were probably like psychologists or sociologists, they were trying to study stuff. So they brought a chimpanzee into their home when they had a kid, and they wanted to raise them together, like a newborn chimp and a newborn human.
Okay.
And they were hoping that the chimp could take on human-like characteristics, and they were going to raise them together. Well, they had to give the chimp away because the baby kept mimicking the chimpanzee. And this baby just kept turning into a chimp more and more and more. And I was reading through the comments like, yeah, duh. Like humans are so good at mimicking behavior. Chimpanzees aren't nearly as good at this as humans are. Like, funny. What did you expect, moron?
Well, and the fact that I'm sure, like, I don't know. I always am trying to be very conscious of like how much I talk to my kids and like making sure they hear a lot. But there's no way I could ever be as active as a chimpanzee. You know what I mean? Like with Rosie, I'm holding her, and sometimes like naturally I'll like look at my phone to do something while I'm holding her. I'm not like giving her my full attention. The chimpanzee's not struggling with that. You know what I mean? Like chimpanzees just always going for it. Is this like modern day? This happened? Or was this a long time
was
ago?
a while ago.
That's so wild. Stuff like that. I could never imagine doing that as a parent, being like, you know what? I think I'm going to do an experiment like
Let's
this.
roll the dice with the most important years of my most important, like, thing
There's
in my
no
life.
research that says like those first couple of years are very important,
Yeah.
That's wild.
Shocking.
Anyway, Bo is my little chimp.
That's fun. We kind of talked about it before. I say my little chimps. New segment. Who's your little chimps?
Yeah. Hey,
who's your little chimps?
Who you chimping on?
Who are you chimping?
Yeah,
I think
big chimping. Hey, this segment is called Big Chimping.
Big chimping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a simp for chimping.
Okay.
I'm a simp for chimping.
Yeah, very good.
And this week, just the Gas Boys podcast. They were awesome. They came into town really for no reason. They texted me on like Sunday or Monday, like, "Hey, we're thinking about coming to Kansas City." Yep. I said, "This is a great week." Rachel's got like an 18-page paper she's got to write. The Chiefs parade, come on up.
Yes.
And so we hung out with them. I took them to that breakthrough room. We got out of prison. Oh, follow up. Garrett Gibson was right. You got to crawl through prison break.
Yeah.
You got to crawl. It was so fun.
Really?
Crawling worked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did the breakthrough room last night, hung out with them last few days. And yeah, I just genuinely enjoy hanging out with them so much. And they're trying to grow their podcast too and able to like, I don't know, trying to help however I can. They have a lot of questions. And I think they're going to try to start making some skit videos too. And
what did they say? Like, I think they've been doing it like 80 some weeks in a row now.
Yeah. Never missed a Tuesday.
Which is awesome. Awesome to hear. So
yeah. And that's consistency is so important. And this was so funny. Yeah. I went to Topgolf with them too. I guess I saw them like every day this week. And I was like, how many like listeners are you getting? And they're like, we don't really know. I was like, good for you guys. They just do it and they show up every week. And they're like, we're not really sure how many people are even listening. Yeah. It's like, that is awesome. It's funny to me, but that's also really cool.
Some part of me though is like, that's how you should do it, man. Like, because what are you going to like? It's one thing if it's like, hey, we're trying to interview people and the way we're interviewing is not working. But if it's like, hey, we're just talking about our lives
and we're having fun
and the
doing
way we're talking about it is not working. It's like, okay, I guess we can be not ourselves anymore.
Yeah. Then exactly.
You know,
like then you're like tempted to change your personality.
Like you would mention like numbers and stuff to me, but I didn't never want to know too much because I was like,
let's just keep doing our thing.
Let's just have fun. Yeah, we're having fun here. So, they're amazing. So if you don't remember, it's these three guys. We call them the Gas Boys because they are from Oregon and they don't pump their own gas in Oregon. But it's three guys. Two of them are brothers, and then one of them is like one of their best friends from church and youth group and everything. And they have great chemistry, and they're just truly like brothers. Like they're just true brotherhood,
just good
best
people.
friends. And so anyway, they're good dudes, and they tagged along for the parade, and they're just so like go with the flow too. Like, like they don't try too hard. You know, they're not like, they weren't trying to be like, hey Brad, can we get in this? Can we do this? You know, can we like,
exactly.
Like they're just like enjoying it.
Just very cool, very relaxed. Yeah. And it was fun. They were talking about, cause they've been here. They came a week early for the basketball game. Yeah. When that first happened, they came anyway. And then they came to F12 and they stayed at my house and they were talking about those memories. They're like, yeah, F12 was kind of a crazy time. We were on zero sleep. And then when we did get to your house, I fell asleep on a putting green. It's like, oh, sorry about that, man. That's too bad. So good times with the Gas Boys.
The Gas Boys are great, dude. They're the best. Check out their podcast.
Check them out.
I think Tuesday mornings when they come out.
Big Chimpin'.
Big Chimpin'. I love it.
Big Chimpin'. Anything else on your mind, Brad?
Oh, I wrote down, this is from a couple week ago now, but I accidentally exposed you the other day. I took that picture that Catherine made fun of me for, taking a picture at Raising Cane's.
Oh yeah, great pick.
And you had your unsweet tea and your sweet and low. And everyone was like, what's up with Jake and the sweet and low? And I had no idea. I didn't mean to take a picture of you, but we probably got 20 comments, people being like, what's going on with Jake and the no sugar? I was like, first of all, sweet and low. Show me where the sugar is.
Yeah.
Second of all, people were like, Jake's putting sweet and low in his soda. It's like, who do you think, Jake? Like, what? Why? How? Who does that?
I looked at that picture and the sweetener is so tiny. I can't believe people's
Exactly.
ability to see stuff
That's
like
what
that.
I'm saying. I had no idea. Of course, I didn't notice anything of it.
It's so tiny. I mean, yeah, it's just like, I think it's a pretty common thing is to put sweetener in your unsweetened tea.
Correct.
I got it from my grandpa.
Yeah.
I think he would use sweetener. He was a diabetic and that was like better for him. And so I grew up on sweet and low and I grew up on unsweetened tea and that stuff. So I was like, yeah, this is a great way. I don't even do it that often. It's kind of like if I'm feeling extra spicy, then I throw some sweetener. I mean, the majority of the time I'm having like water. If I go to a restaurant, Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
I'm always getting water, Chick-fil-A.
Always getting water.
And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to defend myself. It's just like, yeah, this is just this thing. I'm still not eating sugar. Even if I was, who cares?
Yeah.
It's my bleeding life.
I just had no idea there was going to be any kind of response.
Outrage.
Outrage, bleeding outrage.
I appreciate people looking out for me. I'm still doing a pretty good job, not having any added sugar. So still going strong. 6-7 months now.
Awesome, man. It's awesome.
It's bleeding awesome.
Bleeding awesome. Let's do this, Panthers. Let's bleed and do this, Panthers.
Let's bleed
on
and do
3.
this. Yeah. Also, if you guys want, check out Brian Buffini's podcast too. If you're looking to grow your business, it's a good life.
He said, "You feel me?" Was that what he always say?
Yeah.
You feel me? You feel me? That money right there is going to be nothing in the long run. You feel me? Is that what he say, or what? Did you hear me? It's something like that. I think it was you feel me.
You know what I mean?
You feel me?
You feel me?
You feel me? You bleed and feel me?
You feel those kids out in the parking lot earlier? You feel those kids you're playing football with?
You feel them when you run the routes? You make him bleeding. Tagging him over, he's bleeding.
He's bleeding.
He's bleeding.
Oh, great stuff. Great vibes. Should we get into our reviews of the week?
Let's get into them.
Before we get into them, I just want to say one last thing. If you're enjoying the podcast, if you like what Brad and I are doing, we ask that you just like tell a friend, tell a few friends.
Tell 5.
Do you have 5 people in your life that you could copy and paste the link to this wherever you're listening, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, copy the link and send it to a few friends and say, hey, this podcast is hilarious. Send in a little note like, hey, I think you love this. They talk about the Chiefs. I think they love this. They talk about being Irish.
Yes, all those things.
We ask just if you're enjoying it.
You've been to Ireland. You've heard of Ireland.
Hey, you could spell it.
You seen St. Patrick's Day stuff before?
Hey, you've bled.
You'd
You'd like this episode.
Yeah.
Just we humbly ask, just hey, send this to a few friends if you don't mind.
I was going to say it's the best way. It might be the only way for the podcast to grow is for people
That's what
to
I kept telling the Gas Boys. I was like, I could try and help strategize, but the best thing you can do is like do a good job podcasting and hope that people tell other people.
There's no such thing as virality really on podcasting unless we get, Kevin Durant.
It would have to be like a podcast YouTube clip, which is not our style.
Nope. So anyway.
Unless you want, do you want to talk about the Chinese balloon or
Andrew Tate? Or what else could we talk about?
Anyway, just wanted to say that before I forgot. Would appreciate you guys telling some friends if you enjoyed today's episode.
And I'll go ahead and can I piggyback? Do you mind if I pee back?
Pee back.
Do you mind if I bleed and pee back? You feel me?
Go ahead.
I think alongside that, we've had a lot of success recently asking for sponsors from the Ghostrunners community. So if you are interested in sponsoring the podcast, I feel like we've gotten really great business towards our sponsors. People that have advertised with us, they've seen some great results from them. So if you are interested in sponsoring, please hit us up because the most fun people that we want to support are the community of the Ghostrunners.
We had a phone call this morning with a pickleball company and he's a ghostie. And so
cool.
All the time we're having these fun conversations. We want to have more of them. So
absolutely.
Holler at us.
My review of the week comes from 2 Midwest Best Siblings. It's a 5-star review. Review number 2 is the title of it. It says, guys, my mom finally listened to you voluntarily. I've already left a review, but I had to write another one, which is a great reminder. You can always write another one on a different, person's phone. I had to write another. Once I received a text from my Midwest best sibling who told me our mom was listening to you alone. She's gotten secondhand Jake and Brad for quite some time now, probably about 2 years or so. But I was so excited when she found you guys funny. This pod makes long hours of trying to figure out what the heck my Spanish homework is talking about much more bearable, or at least gives me something to work towards. Also, Brad, my brother almost got in a fist fight over you. If you read this review on the pod, maybe he'll leave you a voice memo and talk about it.
Would love to know more about that.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm reading this thing? No, I'm just kidding. That's a great review. Well, that's it for me. Gracie Lowe coming at you live from OBU, which OBU, of course, stands for
Ouachita Baptist.
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma Baptist.
Oregon.
Oregon Bleeding University.
Oregon Bleeding University. O'Shea's Public University.
O'Shea's Bradshaw. My review comes from Indy Moose. Says a breath of fresh air. And then that was the title. This podcast has truly been a breath of fresh air when you're able to breathe between laughs. Brad and Jake are wholesome folks who truly have a passion for not just what they do, but for God and their families and their friends. To have a clean and funny podcast to listen to is just the bee's knees. So get on your feet and listen to this podcast. It's a bleeding fun.
I hope everyone else is enjoying the bleeding as much as we are. Because if not, we're annoying them. But if so, we're going to do it for years.
I don't see this stopping anytime soon.
Oh, don't ask me, Jake, because I didn't prepare it. Okay, I tried. Do you guys know how hard my shot by Hamilton is? Okay, you can ask.
Hey, Brad, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
I would like to end this episode with a jingle. A jingle that we've done before. Should I redo a jingle we've done before? Would that be fun?
That's fun. I think it's more fun. Yeah.
Like, should I do it live though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's fun.
Can you think of one off the top of your head? That I can find easily.
Let's see. No.
Okay. Let's just look up Heatherly.
In your email?
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Also just got an email that said, Ghostrunners menu outline number 1 from our private chef for Florida.
Ooh.
Get excited, baby. It's going to be so fun.
I was trying to tell the gas boys, I was like, hey, I think we only have a couple spots left and they're basically for like solo men. So just, think about it. Think about coming on.
I think about it. Let's see. I got one that's milkshake. I got one. That's a Christmas one. Hey, Soul Sister.
How do you feel about milkshake?
I feel good about it.
I think I would really like milkshake.
Okay.
Milkshake, instrumental. Type that in YouTube. Yeah, you did that better than I did. Are you ready? You feel good? I love this. No prep. How talented is he, folks? We're going to find out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
My improv brings all the fans to the pod, and they're like, it's better than yours. That's right.
The leg
Gonna
is
rate
so
5 stars, see me sing too. But we have to charge. Jake's dance moves bring all the girls to the pod, and they're like, wish he was ours. That's right. Gonna rate 5 stars, see him rap too. But we have to charge. I know you love it. The Jakes that you see, what the fans go crazy for. They lose their minds the way we vibe. It's podcast time. La 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 la. Luff it up. La 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 la. Ghosties are waiting. La 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 la. Sorry. La 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 la. Patrons are waiting cause the tables bring all the fans to the pod, and they're nice, better than store-bought. That's right, design on top if you see you, but I have to charge. Jake stand up brings all the fans to the pod, and they're like, God bless us, y'all do less. We're better than y'all, we got merch too, but we have to charge. I know you love it. It's us to share the secrets that get these laughs. It can't be taught, just no vibes on pod. Subscribe if you're smart. La 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 la. Love from up. La 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 la. Santo Max waiting. La 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 la. Buy a Mazda. La 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 la. Jake's mom is waiting. Jake's roommates brings all the fans to the pod, and they're like, Isaac's the bomb. That's right, Harrison's so fun. Hear the podcast, $5 Patreon. Steve Triplett brings all the fans to the pod, and they're like, oh my gosh, Jake's dad is funnier than y'all. Interview soon, but we'll have to charge. Boom.
Oh.
Man, there's some fun ones on here. Hey, hey, hey.
Good song.
Whoa, what a great beat. Teach me how to Dougie, teach me how to Dougie. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, hey, ah. Hey,
A little George of the Jungle sounding too.
That was great.
Felt right. Fun fade out, fun fade out, fun fade out. Good work, Brad.
Man, she's got some fun ones. This was like the whole thread, I guess. Most of these are like, I'm looking at the email thread. She's got some funny ones.
Fun.
We just do a Heather Lee Appreciation Month.
Heather Lee. That is
Shout
fun. Well, hey, that's an episode. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Hope you have a good week. Wednesday, we got a fun episode.
We had a Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday this week.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
And it's going to be fun. We're going to bring back some segments you guys love, blanks of the week. We're also going to do a new segment, and it's going to be Zoppity.
It's going to be very Zoppity.
Check it out Wednesday. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to, hey, if you enjoyed this episode, tell a few friends.
Please.
We would appreciate it greatly.
Even if you didn't love this episode, like if you love the podcast as a whole and you're like, they were a little off their game this week because they've been doing Chiefs Parade stuff. No, just kidding.
That is kind of funny. I thought about that. Like we came away from the Brian Buffini meeting being like, hey, we're going to go so hard on Ghosters. We're not even going to think about jean shorts for a week. And then we made a parade video. And that's what I spent all night long editing a jean shorts video. But
that is my life, dude.
Next week.
Yes, that is my life. It's like, hey, we're going to get on a routine.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, except this week because like your routine gets disrupted by something you got to do this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But next week we'll get on the routine.
Supposed to do that budgeting too. I'll look at like, how much do I spend in a month? And I'll be like, okay, well, that was just kind of a random.
That's Christmas, you know?
Yeah. And then the next month, it's like, well, that thing broke. Like I had to get a replacement.
I had to do that.
And the next month, it's like, well, I mean, every now and then you got to treat yourself.
You got to go on vacation.
So,
let's use these freaking flyer miles on somebody else. Yeah.
I got an animal. What kind of animal you got? I got to get the car clean.
Yeah.
Treat myself.
That's right.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening.
Have
a good week.
Love you, Kath. Ghostrunners podcast. Everybody.